Chapter 65. Teleporting. When teleportation devices were first discovered, there was hope that they would be able to set these to travel to wherever they wanted to. At last, the idea of colonizing planets such as Mars was a dream come true. Spacecraft had been invented but were unable to travel at light speeds needed to make it viable. However, they were able to create large portals that allowed ships to travel through. But the dream was short-lived. The portals were only able to pinpoint planets at a set location, a place that was not known to their universe, perhaps a whole different dimension together. No one knew the truth, and scientists could only theorize where exactly these portals led to, but what they did find was each of these planets harbored deadly beasts. Beasts that had never been seen before. Then when the first beast was killed and harvested for research, the beast crystal located inside it was discovered. Inside the crystal contained a power far greater than anyone could imagine. Although many would say the success of defending against the Daki was due to the discovery of the originals. This wasn't exactly true. Their abilities only took them so far in the war. There weren't many with powerful abilities strong enough to go against the Daki. Their technology was too advanced compared to humans. Nuclear weapons would be portaled out somewhere before they even hit the ships, and bullets did no harm to Daki skin. But then a new discovery was made with the Beast Crystal thanks to Richard Eno once again, and that was the discovery of beast weapons. Human combining their abilities with powerful beast weapons was the true turning point in the war. But not many people remember this fact, as they were too fascinated with the discovery of abilities that happened nearly at the same time. As Varend jumped into the red portal, he felt a tingling sensation all over his body. The world around him started to warp and displace, and his mind felt like it was melting. It wasn't a horrible feeling. In fact, the feeling received when traveling through the teleportation device even felt addicting to some. A few moments later and Vorden had arrived at his destination. He opened his eyes, and the first thing he noticed was the place was incredibly dark. The sky was black, and the only light source available was from the two moons out in the distant sky. Around him were crumbled down buildings and structures, as if at one point the place was used to live in. Vorden still had his hands held by his head, but when he opened his eyes the pain started to go away and his mind started to clear up. "It seems like the little one has finally calmed down," Vorden said. "Any longer and he might have come out and done something." "What does that matter?" Raiden argued. "Do you even know where we are? You jumped through that red portal." Vorden then started to look at his surroundings. It was strange to see building structures around them. Buildings were the sign of human or an advanced civilization, and so far when discovering other planets there had been no signs of this. When there was building work, it would usually be Daki structure, but this was clearly not Daki based. Aren't the red portals meant to be unsheltered planets? This place looks like a broken shelter. "I think you are forgetting something," Raiden said. "While orange may mean it's in the process of being taken over and sheltered being places, red can also mean it's too dangerous to build a shelter in the first place. You have basically given us a death sentence." "What do you mean?" Vorden asked. "Are you really being so stupid? Sure, you might have run through that portal so you didn't kill your friend, but what's the point if we die instead? The only ability we have right now is that weak level 1 Earth ability. If we run into a deadly beast we're doomed." That wasn't the only problem. The place wasn't exactly thriving with people. Not many people had access to teleporters in the first place. Only green teleporters the public were able to use, and they were strictly monitored by the company that owned them. Meaning the only people that would be around here would be travelers. With no people around and only beast, Vorden was stuck with his one ability, and it would only last him 24 hours. Then a thought came to Vorden's mind. "Quinn, the portal was unable to send you to a pinpoint location, but it did put you in the same general area, at least within 10 miles of each other. Still, 10 miles was a great distance to cover, and with the chance of beast being around every corner, it would be hard to find Quinn. For now, Vorden would look for a portal back to the academy while also searching for Quinn. Somewhere on the same planet, Quinn had also arrived. His heart was beating rapidly as it was the first time he had experienced such a thing. Peter, what the hell was that? Quinn thought. Damn it, he must have pushed me through the portal. Where am I? As Quinn looked around, he could see the similar buildings around him all crumbled, torn and fallen down. The place looked like a city had once existed but had been left behind for years. However, there was one saving grace about the whole thing: on the planet it was currently night time. Meaning Quinn didn't feel weak and had a better chance of surviving. However, before Quinn had even moved from the spot he was in, he spotted something from the corner of his eye. He was standing in the middle of a street surrounded by crumbled buildings on both sides. But whatever was moving around was quick and was using the buildings as cover. Quinn tried to follow whatever it was with his eyes, but it would constantly move around until it had eventually stopped just underneath a pile of rubble from one of the buildings. In the movies, this is where the person would go check it out. Quinn thought, but there was no way he was going to do that. He was on an unknown planet and all alone, and whatever it was clear it didn't want him to see it. Quinn started to back away, making sure to keep an eye on where he last saw the figure. Then when he was a safe enough distance away, he finally turned around. In that instant, a sound could be heard from behind. Quinn immediately turned around and could see a horrible figure running towards him. It clearly wasn't an ordinary animal and something he had only ever seen in books and TV. It was a beast.